Hey VC, it's Jonathan, your cheap and cheerful record collector. I hope everybody's doing well out there today. So this is a thread started by Sam St. John, who is new to me. I just checked his channel out the other day, watched a couple of his videos, really enjoyed it. So I definitely urge you to go check him out, Sam St. John. This video, he called it something else, but basically it's a thread of older artists who are still putting out great records towards the twilight of their career. And being an old fart, it really appealed to me. So I dug through my collection and found some records by some artists who are, like I say, like I am, as old as dirt, but still putting out great stuff. The first one that came to my mind immediately was this great album from 2018 by Dave Alvin and Jimmy Dale Gilmore called Downey to Lubbock. Dave Alvin from the Blasters and Jimmy Dale Gilmore from the Flatlanders. This is just a great, great album. There they are there. Just wonderful stuff. Country, rockabilly, just great. I mean, it's silly to name the songs because you probably haven't heard it, so you wouldn't know, but they do traditional songs like Stealin', Billy the Kid and Geronimo, Deportees, which is a Woody Guthrie song, Walk On, Lordy Miss Claudie. Just a great album, highly recommended. Dave Alvin and Jimmy Dale Gilmore, Downey to Lubbock from 2018. All right. This second album I have here, when I first heard it, I was disappointed. But after listening to it a couple of times, I really started getting into it. And now I just think it's wonderful. And it's the great John Hyatt. And this is his album, The Eclipse Sessions, also from 2018. His voice isn't what it used to be, but wonderful songwriting, great musicianship, and a great, great album. And this is on some fancy gray and white label of vinyl. Sort of cool. New West Records. Yeah. John Hyatt, a lot more than Bring the Family. Great album from the years ago. So still putting out great stuff. Get that later. Great album. Next one is a guy you probably know from years ago from the Jefferson Airplane and then from Hot Tuna. And now he's on his own and he has his album Jorma Kaukonen. And this is his album The Land of Heroes. This was a record store day. Got my little cheat sheet here. That was a record store day from 2022. Great folk blues. You all know he's a great guitar player. A lot of the songs are songs he wrote. There are a couple of covers. Does two covers of Reverend Gary Davis songs. Recorded at his place called the Fur Peace Ranch, which is in southeastern Ohio, right near where I went to college, near Athens, Ohio. Right near there. He bought a bunch of land up there, and he has a studio. He has a place where they give concerts, and they have sessions and training sessions of guitar, etc., etc. So just great, great stuff. Jorma Kaukonen, The Land of Heroes. Highly recommended. Next one. Here's a guy who unfortunately passed away in 2016. This was his last album of 2013, one of the great songwriters of the day, and it's Guy Clark. And his great album, My Favorite Picture of You. What a great album. It's great. Cornmeal Waltz, My Favorite Picture of You, Hell Bent on a Heartache, Rain in Durango. Just great. And it came with a lyric sheet. You know, if you watch my videos, you know I love a lyric sheet. Highly recommend anything by Guy Clark, particularly his last album. My Favorite Picture of You. Guy Clark, really great. I didn't watch much of the other people who did videos, so I'm sure I'm repeating some stuff they've already shown. But to me, you can't talk about artists in the later part of their career still putting out great records and not mention Bruce Springsteen and his album Letter to You. Just fantastic stuff. The more I listen to it, the more I like it. Talks about all his career, all the things going on in his life. Of course, they have this song Last Man Standing, which was about his first band, and he heard that one of the guys passed away, and he is now the last man standing from his first original band. And the original booklet that came with it, just great stuff. Big Springsteen fan, so good to see, still putting out relevant music. Really wonderful. Springsteen, Letter to You. One of my other all-time favorite musicians is this guy, and this album was put out in 2018. He's had one or two after this, but they're basically alternative cuts and other things from other albums he's put in the past. So this is his last album of new material, and it's Richard Thompson, and his album 13 Rivers. Again, I said from 2018. A lot going on in 2018 for these guys. This is great. All right before the COVID hit. What a great, great album this is. Man can play with the best of them. Great songwriter. Amazing guitar player. It's on regular black vinyl, which I love. No problem there. A 2-record set. Highly recommend this one also. Richard Thompson. A great guitar god who is goes unnoticed and unloved by many people. But boy, he can do it. And great singer-songwriter too. Richard Thompson. 13 Rivers. And sad about this great next gentleman, who was one of the great songwriters of our generation, passed away in 2020 because of COVID. And of course, it's John Prine and his great album Tree of Forgiveness. Sad that he battled cancer and survived the cancer, just be cut down by COVID later in 2020. But this is just a wonderful album. Again, like John Hyatt, his voice isn't what it was, but he can still put across the song, and it's great. Some of the songs are just so great. Egg and Daughter Night, Summer's End, Caravan of Fools, God Only Knows, and of course the great When I Get to Heaven. Fantastic. John Prine. And of course we finish up with 2020's release by another great singer-songwriter, the great Bob Dylan, and his album Rough and Rowdy Ways, which actually he got the title from an album by Jimmy Rogers, the singing brakeman from the 1920s. I actually found that album not long ago called Rough and Rowdy Ways, and I said, that sounds so familiar. I realized Dylan took it from him. Great album. Again, when I first heard it, I was like, meh. The more I listened to it, the more I got into it, and it's just fantastic. A 2-record set here also. Really well done. Just beautiful. And it came with beautiful inner sleeves with the great pictures inside there. And this is on a sort of gold vinyl with a great old-fashioned Columbia label. So yeah, it's nice to see people like Dylan. And again, he's put out albums since this one, but they're mostly older songs redone, or older songs he's done that they just discovered and they're reissuing. But this was his last album of new material. So yeah, Bob Dylan, Rough and Rowdy Ways. So those are my albums of older musicians still putting out great music, which is great to see. Like I said, if you get a chance, check out Sam St. John, his channel. I appreciate all the new subscribers I've gotten. If you like what you've seen today, please subscribe. That really helps me build my channel. If you like what you saw today, give me a thumbs up. And until next time, peace.